Hey guys, I said before that YouTube was a really vast community, a lot of awesome people in it. I get my share of support. I've gotten a lot of different things over the past year from various people. Some of the people y'all may have heard of because you may have seen their videos. Other people kind of fly under the radar, so to speak. The only time you see them is when they show up and they leave that comment on your video and they say, you know, good job, thanks for the info, I appreciate you sharing, or they offer up some suggestions for what they have been doing, whether in their garden, in their kitchen, or in their life in general. What I want to do right now is just take a few minutes, share with you guys some of the things that I have received over the past year, and just recognize some of these awesome people. I'm going to start with this book right here. This is from Glow Orbit. Y'all had seen these Charentas that I was growing outside. Grew them in the little raised bed garden out there. And I'm going to tell you what, I said this before, that is an excellent tasting melon. It's a little personal sized cantaloupe. That thing just is sweet. But this is a book that he sent me all about melons. Every kind of melon you could ever think of is in this book right here. Right here on page 40 is another one of my fast becoming favorites. This is the Israel melon. Elisa Viola has sent me the seed for this thing and I grew it, and it looks like a Charentas on the outside. That's the Charentas right there. Very similar to what the Israel melon looks like, but it's green on the inside like a honeydew. But that's a pretty cool book right there. Like I said, any kind of melon you could think of, it's in here. Color photos, so if I had any question about what that fruit should look like, I could find it right here. Good deal. I showed this book on seed saving not too long ago. Rich Roofer 1, a fellow Virginian, has sent me this a while back. Everything you could ask about seed saving, how to collect them, how to get them dried, how to store them, everything answered in this book right here. Flowers, vegetables, any kind of seeds you can think of. And he also sent me my very first little seed vault, bunch of heirloom open pollinated seeds in here. From cabbage, beans, spinach, peas, cantaloupes, watermelons, all kinds of stuff in here. Notice it's still sealed up. I have not opened it. No need to open it. It's a vault. Save that for an emergency someday. Whether you buy one or make your own, I would highly recommend everybody build some type of seed bank, seed storage system, and start saving your own seeds. A very good friend of mine who helped me out quite a bit early on when I was going through the greenhouse construction stuff and just asking questions about it was the lady Horticulture and Homes. And not too long ago she asked me if I could use some hydroponic books, and I said most certainly. I mean, I'm just trying to learn as much as I possibly can. So she sent me 4 books that she had. Hydroponics questions and answers. That guy Howard Resch, he knows his stuff. Hydroponic food production, this is a very technical. I probably don't have the intellect to get into all of this formulas for your nutrients and things like that. I just have to stick with the simple stuff. But a lot of different growing methods in here, things to learn about. This one, how to start on a shoestring budget, that sounds like me. And then this one, the illustrated guide to hydroponics. Cool stuff in here, very neat. Anytime I'm reading something, I like to have a picture so I can kind of understand exactly what the heck is going on. Now I really don't know where to begin with this stuff right here. This is from my buddy Dale, Media Maker 2000. I think he kind of adopted me, took me under his wing, so to speak, when I was starting with the hydroponic stuff. He's got some experience with it. He's got a hydroponic store close by, and he just started sending me stuff left and right. He was the guy who sent me the pumps to get me started. The pH up and down, these guys right here, but of course being hard-headed, I didn't use that stuff. I just put the nutrients in the bucket and let her rip, and she produced anyway. Sometimes being stubborn actually pays off. He's always sent me all kinds of seeds, some of them hot pepper seeds. This is lettuce, tomatoes. Got some cucumber seeds in here somewhere. Little miniature flash drives. This stuff right here, root inoculant. If I started using this stuff and got even more growth out of what I was already producing, y'all wouldn't be able to stand me. My neighbors wouldn't either, because I'd have vegetables running out my ears. And he knows that I'm prone to do a video where I just pull up a bucket and sit down, and that may not be the most comfortable thing. So he sent me a padded lid for my 5-gallon buckets. How cool is that? I can sit on there. It gives me a little bit of comfort anyway. And this right here, he's just off the hook with this. You know Tony Stewart's my boy. Sends me a Tony Stewart thermometer. How cool is that? I always look forward to going to the mailbox when he says he sent me a package, because I never know what the heck is going to be in there, but it's always something pretty cool. I never do win any contests that I enter, probably because I don't enter very many of them anymore. You kind of get tired of losing those things. And so Dale, what he had been doing is doing a contest at the end of his videos where he gives something away, and one of his prizes was going to be the little solar-powered dancing flower. And being as how I didn't win that either, he felt sorry for me and sent me one. Ain't she cute? Little pink dancing flower. My wife loved this little thing. Just set it up in the kitchen window, and when she's standing there washing dishes, she can watch the little flower dance. That's pretty cool. A fella in Florida, R.D. Long, he had asked me for my address because he said he had something to send me. So I gave him my address, and that day I go to the post office that morning, and there's a box there from Seed Savers Exchange. And inside that box was the book right here, Seed to Seed, one of their most popular books, about 25 bucks. Again, all about seed saving, growing, different gardening techniques and things like that. Always something that you can learn by looking at another book and seeing a different interpretation of how people garden and do their seed savings and things like that. The more information you have, I think the better you're prepared to deal with anything that comes in front of you. Got a whole pound of Reed's Yellow Dent corn, so I can get me some chickens and maybe grow my own corn, and it being an OP, I can save my seeds from it and have something to feed the chickens. You never know what the future is going to hold. And then all of these seeds right here, everything you can think of, cantaloupes, watermelons, peppers, tomatoes, every kind of herb, seasoning stuff, oregano, some of everything. I think what the fella did, he went down the list online and just clicked buy, 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 buy. There's over 40 different packets of seed right here. And I'll have to admit, this was quite a surprise package right there. You think about the value of this. When I talk about the giving and receiving, there was a fair amount of money that was spent on this right here. So anything that I send on postage and things like that, it just come right back to me. Funny how that stuff works out. Now this is pretty cool right here. This came from Tim Turner down in Texas. I had mentioned him previously, and the statement that I made was I said he's a Texas gentleman, if there's ever been one. Very good videos, very polite fella. And he decided that I needed something to decorate my walls here in the house with. We don't put a whole lot of pictures and things up. And so he sent me this right here. And what he had done, he'd taken, I guess, plywood and cut out the state of Virginia up here. And what he does, he collects antique barbed wire. I never knew there was such a thing, never in my life. But you can see the different wire that was made from year to year. All of the different little tools and stuff they put on it. This looks like a little spur off your cowboy boots. I don't know how in the world anybody could come up with all of these different sizes and dimensions and things like that. Different ways to put a barb on here, but this is pretty cool. He's got a rope around the outside edge of it. This is a very nice piece right here. And one more addition to the show and tell. This right here came from the Great Gia Goddess out in the desert Southwest, and it's a handmade seed pot made by an Indian out there. She said the fella only had one arm, and that guy did more with one arm than I could have done with two. I'd have had clay flying all over the place. And the way it works is, I guess you keep your seeds in here, and this pot actually absorbs any moisture to keep your seeds dry. And I guess you could put a little cap or something in here if you wanted to make sure it was fully dark, but still there's not going to be a whole lot of light going in this pot right here. So I reckon that's how the Indians used to save all their seeds back in the day, and obviously some of them still do. That is a beautiful piece of work right there. Absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, most of what you just looked at was filmed probably 3 or 4 months ago, It's one of them situations where I do a lot of filming throughout the year, and sometimes I just never get a chance to sit down, edit it, put it together. Some of it becomes obsolete because the plants have already progressed to a stage where that's no longer pertinent at the time, so I just delete it and go on about my business. But I just wanted to, before the end of this year, take the time. We're heading up into the holidays. There's a lot of good people on YouTube have inspired me and encouraged me tremendously to just keep doing what I do, sharing the comments, just hit the like button once in a while. When I see that, you know, I know the people care and they appreciate what I'm doing. When I go to the post office and I've got a yellow card in there where there's a package too big, wouldn't fit into my P.O. box, and I'm not expecting anything, it's like Christmas all throughout the year for me. I have received a lot of very cool things. I think some of that stuff y'all just saw was, you could tell the people actually put a lot of thought into it. What you're looking at right here is something I showed, I guess 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks, something like that. This is that big beef tomato that I had growing, turned into a tree. What we have done, my wife and I stood out here one day for about an hour and a half and just reaching up in there, pruning all of the diseased leaves off that had a little bit of blight and that fungus stuff. And this thing just keeps going. I said there's probably 100 tomatoes on it in that video. Right now there's probably 200 tomatoes on this one plant. And to me, this is a fascinating thing about gardening. What God can do with the seed. You put the seed in the ground and the process that takes place, I can't explain it. Yeah, I know I need to put a certain amount of fertilizer here and I need to make sure it gets water and it needs sunlight, but when all is said and done, it's honestly out of my hands. There's a lot of factors that have to take place at just the right moment for this thing to do what it can do. And right now, it is absolutely amazing how many tomatoes are on this one plant. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, thank you very much for the support, the encouragement, the kindness throughout the year. We're coming up into the holidays. I know people are going to be busy with their families and things like that. So if I don't see your comments or, you know, if I don't see you around, no problem. I know you're there. Y'all take care. And Lord willing, I'll see you next time.